Hello there, dear viewer. Once again, karibu tena to another session of our Health Monday. My name is Aida Muzatsi, and as I always say, your health matters. So this is just in continuation of what we've been discussing since morning on Matters Health under the Kirk TV's Partnership Week. The hashtags to use on all our social media pages are Tujenge Kirk TV and I partner with Kirk TV. Feel free to send in your questions, comments on our SMS line, that is 0111220044. You can also share the same via our social media pages, Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube, Kirk TV_Kenya on Twitter, and KirkTV.Kenya on Instagram. My name is Aida Muzatsi, and as I mentioned earlier on during the interviews that we just had, we will be having a discussion on mission hospitals. And in studio, I have a representative from Kikuyu Hospital as well as PCEA Chogoria Hospital, and we'll just be delving further on the topic mission hospital. So on the far end, that is Jamhuri Joel. He is the current CEO PCEA Kikuyu Hospital, and to my right or at the center is Jimson Kethinji, representing the CEO Chogoria Hospital. Gentlemen, karibu sana. Mko salama?
Thank you. Tuko salama, Ida. Thank you for the invite.
Karibu sana, Jimson. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. Thank you so much, Ida, for the invite.
Karibuni sana. Feel free. It's going to be a great conversation just talking about mission hospitals and even how we are doing as a PCEA Kikuyu Hospital and Chogoria Hospital. We were expecting a representative from Tumu, but he will be joining us and telling us more of what exactly PCEA Tumu Hospital is doing. Just to start with you, Joel, what is happening at PCEA Kikuyu Hospital?
Thank you, Ida. That's a very good question. The latest that is happening at PCEA Kikuyu Hospital is now we are ISO 9001 2015
Tomorrow we
certified. Tomorrow we celebrate.
Yeah.
We are glad. It's been a journey. Very energy draining, but we thank God that this far has brought us. The journey started 2019, Corona came in, we took a pause, then 2021 we revived it again, and in July this year, here we are. Yeah, and we thank God. That's the latest that's happening, but there is a lot happening. We are going to discuss
I definitely will be discussing about that. Jimson, just share with us what is happening at Chogoria Hospital.
In PCEA Chogoria Hospital, the most current thing is that we are marking 100 years of existence.
Oh, nice.
Our hospital was established a century ago, and come this October, we'll be marking 100 years of existence. That is one of the largest milestones that
you've
been able to achieve. Yes.
And definitely we'll be celebrating that with you.
Sure,
yeah?
we will.
All right. So, Mr. Jamhuri, just a brief history of our PCEA Kikuyu Hospital.
Thank you, Aida. Yeah, Kikuyu Hospital is mainly known for eye healthcare. Even me, when I was joining Kikuyu Hospital in 2013, until I went to the website, I thought it's just a eye healthcare provider, but I realized, wow, it is a fully fledged hospital.
More than that.
Yeah, it started in 1908, about 114 years ago, just as a small health center through help from missionaries from Scotland, and it has grown to be what it is. In 1975, we established our eye unit. With support from Christian Blind Mission, CBM. It's an NGO based in Germany. And in 1998, we started our orthopedic unit again with assistance from USAID through MBF, that is Medical Benevolent Foundation. 2006, we set up our dental unit, again through some missionaries from North Dakota in USA. And in 2012, we started our dialysis unit. So it's been a journey. We provide holistic services. When you come to Kikuyu Hospital, you'll be able to be attended to in almost all the fields of healthcare. Yeah, so that's a brief history of who we are. So we are fully fledged mission hospital, and we are also NHIF accredited, and we are level 5 hospital.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Now there is a very interesting aspect of how you came from being now, and let me say what you're known for, the eye services that you offer, to you now going into diabetes and even the rehabilitation unit. Dear viewer, if you can just flash back a little from the conversation that we've just had in terms of diabetes and how it leads to amputation, you can try and see how exactly PCEA Kikuyu Hospital now has, or the linkage between diabetes and the eye, and Jamhuri will be telling us more about that. Jimson, you can also share a brief history of Chogoria PCEA Chogoria Hospital.
Okay, thank you, Ida. I'll just pick it from where our colleague has left. Once the missionaries first came, they went to Kikuyu. That was in 1909. Thereafterwards, they went to Mutumu. There about 1909 still. And then in 1922, a missionary doctor by the name Dr. Clive Irvine came to Chogoria as a missionary doctor, whereby he set up a hospital, a church, and a few schools. And then it started, we had a very humble beginning, and as we mark 100 years, we've been able to achieve quite a number of milestones. And just a few milestones, I would wish to mention a few milestones that we've been able to achieve. Chogoria Hospital began as just a small hospital, whereby we would be able to take care of patients who had leprosy. And then thereafterwards, in that particular side of the country, we didn't have any other hospital that people would be able to access healthcare services. And all along the years, it was able to develop to become a hospital that was providing healthcare services to people of that region. And they were basically general healthcare services, and then over the years we've been able to set up quite a number of specialized healthcare services, more so in the field of surgery and also the field of dialysis. And then another milestone that as a hospital we've been able to achieve over the many years is a college of training healthcare workers. We have Clive Irvine College of Health Sciences, which usually trains nurses and also data technologists, health record officers, and also the community health workers. And then also besides those trainings at the diploma level, we also offer trainings in surgery, general surgery, and also family medicine. Yes.
Okay, you've mentioned of the dialysis unit.
Yes.
I was there, is it sometime last year when it was being launched?
Yes.
Yeah, how are you guys doing? How is it doing? How is the unit doing?
Yes, the renal unit has been able to pick up very well. It has a capacity of 18 beds and of course 18 dialysis machines. And we've been able to see the number of patients who have been attended. It has been progressively increasing. Renal problems, it's an emerging problem in our nation. And as we speak, we are able to provide that service, and people are able to, they don't have to travel all the way to Nairobi. They're able to access it there in Chogoria. Another thing that is worth mentioning about that particular dialysis unit, we also have set we have set a unit that is responsible for taking care of hepatitis B patients and also HIV patients. And then lately, we've been able also to extend dialysis services to our ICU. We don't have to move patients from ICU to the dialysis unit. Dialysis can be done right away in the ICU unit. Yes.
All right. Jamhuri, looking at PCEA and the eye. frankly speaking, you deal with quite a number of eye patients in a day. Just let us know probably how many do you deal with in a day?
Wow, thank you, Ida, for that question. Indeed, I'll say we are the leading hospital in terms of eye healthcare in Kenya. And in a day currently, because of corona and other issues, our numbers have gone down to about 220 per day. But under normal circumstances, we see between 250 and 500 every day.
A day.
Both new and revisits. In fact, revisits are normally more than the new. So it's quite a very busy unit. We start operating from 6:30 in the morning because our clients start arriving from 5. So 6:30 we start recording people, payments, and then 7:30 the nurses are already there to pick the files in readiness for the doctors who come in at around 8. So we are quite busy. That corridor from the gate to the eye unit is the busiest in PCA Kikuyu Hospital.
True.
Yeah. And those are just patients. If you add the relatives, the crowd is just huge. But we are able to manage because we have a total of about 11 consultants. And out of these 11, we have about 4 who are subspecialists in retina, in pediatrics, in oculoplastics. So we have quite a diverse area of healthcare in eye in terms of specialities. Yes.
I've been there, I had a chat with Dr. Masila, and I can say, let me just say, looking at the machines that you have, you offer quite wonderful services. And even as the schools close, the numbers increase as well because of the students, yeah?
Absolutely. In fact, during school holidays, even the short midterms, the numbers shoot more than double. So, but we have very committed team of staff. They forfeit their lunch. At times we provide lunch for them as they work so that they can meet the needs at hand. So you find at times we leave the clinic at around 8 in the night just to ensure everybody is well served. Yes.
Okay. And being a mission hospital, maybe Jimson, you can also answer that even as Jamhuri responds to it. Being a mission hospital, you attending to thousands and thousands of people. Do we have those that come back to say thank you?
Yes, indeed.
The success stories.
Ada, we do have success stories. In fact, we published quite a number. And at times when you walk along that corridor to the eye unit, I've done that myself many times and I've met occasionally some old ladies. You hear a lady saying, I can't believe I can see. I came to Kikuyu when I was blind, now I can see. It's just like the story of Jesus in the Bible. To them it's a miracle.
It is.
In fact, you try to explain to them, it was just cataract that was blocking you to Litoa. Pana me, I can see now. So yes, there are those success stories. We have children who come when they can see. We rehabilitate them. Some have still problems, especially when they're in classes. They can't see far. They have to sit in front so that when the teacher is writing on the board, they can see. But we have our low vision department that assists such children to rehabilitate them. We have gadgets, special glasses, and those who can't see properly, we have special canes for them to lead them as they walk. Yeah.
Right. Gibson?
Okay. Just as Jamhuri has said, the same thing that they get in Kikuyu, we also get very positive feedback from our patients. And you see, when one is sick and they happen to have their health restored, is like sort of a miracle. And it's really touching, it's really fulfilling and touching for a patient to tell you that I was suffering from this, and having received your services,
I'm
much better. So we also get a lot of positive comments from all over. Some of them are in the form of, even in our social media platforms, we get in form of messages. Some others also express their gratitude directly to the people who have attended them. So
and
I would really say,
do you also have, to what extent does your services go? Do you just serve people around Central, or you go wide and beyond?
Come again?
In terms of offering your services, all the patients that come at Chogoria Hospital, are they just from around Central, or you go around the country? I
would say that our main catchment, of course, it's the area around the Rakanithi, Embu, Meru and Isiolo regions. That is our greatest catchment of our patients. But that notwithstanding, we also get patients from many other places that are far away from those counties, because we have those special services that this patient could not have been able to achieve them from elsewhere. And also another thing, sometimes patients get attached to a particular hospital
and doctors
and even doctors mark you. And once they start a strong bond or that relationship, you'll find that patients will be able to come from far and wide, not just within that particular catchment. So we're able to get them from far and wide, especially those who have been attached to our institution or even to our clinicians.
And is PCH Chogoria Hospital a level 5 as well, or?
Yes, it's also a level 5 hospital. Yes.
All right. Great.
And Ida, just to mention, like I mentioned earlier, we have that the subspecialties, vitreoretinal, pediatrics, and oculoplastic. We also have glaucoma. Now, what you're talking about, Dr. Masila, she's the one driving that. We also have cornea transplant. We procure cornea from US. We import, and we've really assisted quite a number of patients in that area. So it's important to mention that. Yeah.
All right. So let us look at the visions of the two hospitals. I just want to see if they they link. Yeah, Jamhuri, you can share your vision and maybe the objective of the hospital.
Okay, our vision as PCA Kikuyu Hospital is to be the preferred health center in provision of holistic healthcare services, not only in Kenya, in Africa. So our vision is to hit Africa, and Ada, just to mention, we cater for patients from several countries in Africa, like Somalia, people come from South Sudan, Burundi, DRC, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, all over. They come to Kikuyu Hospital. I don't want to mention even some very prominent people have visited our eye unit, and we really pride ourselves in that. And we believe this vision is achievable. And now, you know, we've gone virtual. So you can actually reach Africa very easily through the internet. We are a global village now. So our vision is not far-fetched. It can be achieved, and we are up to the task. Yes.
Talking of, I don't know whether to say telemedicine. I'm sure this is something that was more appreciated during the COVID, when the cases were too high, and just during the onset of COVID-19. Will you say you did any, maybe virtually?
Actually, we had discussed that as hospital management, but when we were just about to implement, then Corona just subsided. We were to deliver medicine to our clients, especially people who had the fear of visiting a hospital. When you see people in masks, in those PPEs, you know, we looked scary.
True.
So everybody didn't want to visit the hospital. So we had those plans in place, but just before we implemented, then
the cases subsided.
Yeah, it subsided. So, but yes, that's an area that we need to explore and ensure we reach our patients, because our aim is to take our services closer to the people. Yes.
Wonderful. Jameson, PCA Chogoria's vision?
Our vision is a regional leader in specialist healthcare and training. So our key area, we we have this grand vision of becoming like a specialty center. And then also we would wish to have more training programs in our institution. So I would say it differs a little bit from that of Kikuyu, in the sense that we have a strong training aspect. Besides the healthcare part, we also endeavor to transmit this knowledge to some other people, and having a specialized healthcare institution, it can be a good ground for training healthcare workers. And presently our key focus is on the area of renal, and one key area that by 2023 we are aspiring to achieve is renal transplantation, whereby for these patients who have been undergoing dialysis, this dialysis is something that has to be done every week. It has to be done 2 times. The long-term solution for patients with chronic kidney disease is transplantation. And as Chogoria Hospital, we are aspiring that by year 2023, we'll be able to do our first renal transplant. And then the other thing that we are also endeavoring to achieve in matters of training, within 1 year time, we are looking forward to start offering a specialization in renal training for the nurses, because we believe that our nurses can really be able to get a wealth of experience from our big dialysis unit that sees patients every week. I mean, we usually do 36 sessions every day. So if we had trainees in that particular field, they would really be able to get a wealth of experience, and they would be able to cascade the same knowledge to the entire nation, because kidney disease is becoming a big problem to our nation. Yes.
And would you say you see more kidney patients currently compared to the previous year?
Yes, definitely. We used to have around 28 sessions per day, but currently we have 8 sessions every other day.
All right. So we'll take a very short break. We'll be coming back definitely with more. To our viewer, feel free to share your comments and questions on our SMS or WhatsApp number. That is 0111220044. Remember, it is the Kirk TV's partnership week. We are using the hashtags to Jenge Kirk TV, partner with Kirk TV on all our social media pages, Kirk TV_Kenya on Twitter, KirkTV.Kenya on Instagram, and Kirk TV Kenya on both YouTube and Facebook. Remember, on set I am with Jamhuri Joel from PCEA Kikuyu Hospital and Jimson Kedinji from PCEA Chogoria Hospital. We are taking a very short break. We'll be right back.
We appreciate how valuable your assets are. Property insurance helps give your life back when disaster strikes. At Kirk Insurance Agency, we will guide you to a property cover that best fits your unique needs. Do not let unexpected property loss throw off your plans. Contact us now on 0700-161-262 or 0780-203-203. Email us kirkinsurance@pcea.or.ke. Kirk Insurance, a step into comfort and peace. Communion with a difference. It's easy to set up, no worry of spills, contamination or waste. Prepared with very high hygienic standards and strict quality dedicated equipment. You are rest assured that pre-filled Holy Communion elements are completely protected. We deal with pre-filled communion elements for churches in Kenya and East Africa like the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, CITEM, among many others. The advantages of the pre-filled elements are cost-effective, convenient, portable and ideal for use in virtually any environment, less preparation work, completely hygienic, and we have both Alta wine and Alta juice. Order now by calling us or sending us a WhatsApp message on 07999 88371. Visit our website www.holycommunionelements.com.
My name is Moaz Jamal. I'm the Managing Director of Associated Motors Limited. Associated Motors introduced the Isuzu brand of commercial vehicles into Kenya a little over 55 years ago. We've been with Family Bank a little over a year now. We've had a very good experience. There's always interaction between ourselves and the team at Family Bank. They've worked with us very much as part of the AM family. As a partner, they've always wanted to understand our business. In many ways, the name of the bank reflects what they do.
Our customers are family, and we want you to know that you can always bank on family.
PCEA Ongata Booth Girls High School of Excellence is a modern private girls boarding school offering the 844 curriculum. Our vision is to provide an education that focuses on the holistic growth and development of each learner who will be readily admitted to world-class institutions of higher learning, graduating into exceptional students of integrity.
Our school will not only offer academics, but we also have extracurricular activities. For example, we have swimming pool, and it's not only a swimming pool, but it is an Olympic standard swimming pool whereby our students are able to feed their mind and build their mind.
We take care of our girls spiritually. We have a church just across here where they worship every Sunday, and in between the week we have a very, very strong Christian union. We really encourage you to bring your children here that they may get the experience of learning in a Christian environment.
We also have teachers who are well skilled and trained and also friendly. They teach us to be disciplined, which goes hand in hand with academics. PCEA Ongata Booth Girls High School of Excellence is the place to be.
Our school is founded on Christian background, and we are surely assuring you that when you bring your girl, you will not regret.
We have vacancies in Form 1 and 2 available for application. You can apply now.
Thank you so much for staying around. Remember, we are discussing all matters health in terms of mission hospitals, where I'm being joined by representatives from both PCEA Kikuyu Hospital as well as PCEA Chogoria Hospital. We've looked at a number of things in terms of what exactly the mission hospitals are doing to restore your health and well-being. And Jamhuri, before we went for a break, Jameson was just talking of the renal unit at PCEA Chogoria Hospital, and you mentioned that you are also introducing the same at PCEA Kikuyu Hospital.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ida. In fact, that's true, but we are not introducing. We're just expanding. Before we had a 5-bed capacity,
All right.
but now we've upgraded to 15 bed capacity. which started operating from 17th of June. It's operational now. We also have a separate a bed for TB patients, for HIV, and we have a private room for those who want to be dialyzed and do their work on laptop and that kind of stuff. Self-contained, very well equipped, it's available. We are also a teaching and referral hospital. My brother mentioned that. We are also teaching a referral. We have a nursing school that we started 2020 October, less than 2 years now. We have 58 students, and the next intake is in September, and we are almost full. I think we are targeting 40 students. Now we are about 20 something, so it's growing well. And then we also have COSEXA, that is a course for surgeons. That is, COSEXA means College of Surgeons in Central, East and Southern Africa. So we are licensed to train surgeons. Currently we have 3 who are doing the general surgery. Then we have another 4 who are specializing in orthopedics. So we also provide that kind of training. Yeah.
All right, so after the students now from your school, do you absorb them at PCA Kikuyu Hospital, or you allow them to explore?
Yeah, thank you for that. We absorb when we have the need, and we have done that before. But when we don't have, we release them. And the need is out there. So ours is to train, and then the world takes over, and they go and serve God people wherever. But yes, when we have the need, we absorb them.
Just to add something little on, you're wondering whether now that you've trained these surgeons or these family physicians, why do we let them go? And there's a huge demand for that cadre of specialists in Kenya. And like if you've trained like 5 of them, for sure as a hospital you might not have the capacity of employing that a lot of 5. And you just let them go, and they'll be able to serve many other hospitals that do not have surgeons. And actually some of these trainees, they're usually even under sponsorship from the county governments, whereby there's a dire need for surgical services. So basically we train not just for ourselves, but also for the consumption of the citizens of this nation.
Now, talking of that, I need to ask a question on bed capacity as well as the workforce, but there is something I would like to, let me say, commend you for the mission, the 3 mission hospitals, and maybe you can share your views or comments on the same. We've seen doctors, nurses, or let me just say health workers strike, and the person who suffers is the patient. And I can't say I remember seeing any from your institution. What is that good thing that you're doing that your doctors or your health workers are not striking?
Thank you, Aida, for that. Yes, indeed. Strikes are normal. It's people fighting for their rights. But when you see strikes, it means there is breakdown of communication between the workers and management. For us, since I joined PCA Kikuyu Hospital in 2013, we've had only 1 strike, 2014, but we managed to resolve the issues. It was just issues of communication. It's not that they wanted salary increment, no. It was just that their needs were not met, nobody was listening to them, they wanted issues solved. But when we sat down and agreed on the way forward, because they had a memorandum they had written, we managed and things cooled up to now. We have an open door policy that enables staff to walk into the CEO's office, before we had administrator's office, the CMO's office, any HAT office, that is a hospital administrative team member, that's the highest level of management. You can walk in there without appointment and just air your views, and we listen. We've also increased our lines of communication. Before it was mainly memos, emails, but now we have bulk SMSs. We have the social media. People are encouraged to form WhatsApp groups. You'll find a certain cadre of nurses, they have a WhatsApp group, finance they have, so that they can talk and discuss issues. And where they think it's appropriate, they include us as senior management. I've been included in several WhatsApp groups, and when they raise issues, I am not talking, hey, Bana, so why are you not talking? Say something. Yeah, so the main issue is just communication, giving an ear to staff. Then you'll solve the issue of strikes. It's not so much the money, believe you me, it is not. Just give them an ear, ensure they have a conducive working environment, they have all the tools they need, and you are good to go. And that's what we focus on, to ensure that our staff are comfortable, because if your staff are not comfortable, then your clients will suffer.
True.
You can imagine a client coming to PCA Kikuyu Hospital and the staff is not satisfied. They will not smile. They'll not even say thank you, please, or sorry. They wish that you just left them alone. So we treasure the human capital. It is our greatest asset. So we listen to them and ensure that they are well kept. That is our focus.
Jameson, what's your focus?
Just to add something little on what my colleague has said, organizations should value the employees, because even if you had all the infrastructure, all the equipments, all the machines, but without the human capital, then you don't have an institution. And I would like to confirm what you've just said, that you've not had many strikes in mission hospitals. I would also like to confirm the same, that the short time that I've been in Chogoria, and also from my recollection, I have not had at any moment staffs in a mission institution going on a go-slow or even a strike. And one of the things that ensures that does not happen in mission hospitals is that these staffs are usually involved in decision making. The issues are listened to. They are given that listening ear. Sometimes you might not have a solution to the existing problems, but by just listening, showing compassion, people feel respected, and they might not take drastic action like a strike or a go-slow. So basically, having a good communication mechanism, or having a very open channel of communication, it will ensure that staffs are contented and they will not go for strike. And actually, money is not the sole reason why people go on strike. Staffs, the moment you treat staffs in an arrogant manner, you don't involve them in decision making, quite a number of times they might feel as if they are not part of that institution, and at some time they might take that drastic action of a go-slow or even a strike. So the most basic thing is you need to buy the mind of the staffs, and then you share a common vision, and then also a common set of values. And in case if a problem that is involving the staffs arises, you'll be able to have a sit down, and then you collectively come up with a solution. And in doing that, you'll avert a scenario of a strike. And for sure, patients usually suffer a lot when hospitals go on strike. I'm sure you've witnessed it in some of our hospitals. When a strike has been declared, you have very sick patients in the wards, and sometimes these patients are left with no one to care for them. And for sure, some patients, they even lose their lives. And such incidences, there are incidences that can be prevented by having dialogue with your staffs, and also respecting them, and also understanding the role that they play in that hospital. and by doing that, we will not lose patients out of go slow or even strikes.
Okay.
And Ida, if you allow me to build on to what Jimmy has said, you find when government hospitals strike, because it's very prevalent in government hospitals, you find mission hospitals will get overwhelmed. Patients come to us in huge numbers, okay, because they believe that we are still at work. Even when for example, nursing union is championing for nurses' welfare, we have nurses. In fact, they are the largest workforce, about more than a third, but they still continue working. When doctors go on strike elsewhere, mission hospital doctors are still working. It's not that they wouldn't want to get the benefit that they are fighting for, but also they are guided by our values, our mission. So you'll find them coming to us, the clients now, the patients, because they believe in us. Yeah,
and for sure that is something that maybe public hospitals or the managements there can learn from Mission Hospital. Jimson, you
I've just remembered one thing. You mentioned that it's not all about money. Those people who are employed in government, they usually earn much more, slightly more than what is usually provided in mission hospitals. But still you find staffs in mission hospitals, they rarely go on strike. So it's not all about money. It's more than that. Yes.
All right. Now talking of workforce, what number does PCH Ogoria Hospital have, as well as the hospital bed, now that you mentioned your level 5 hospital?
Yes, thank you for that question, Ida. So Chogoria Hospital is a 295 bed capacity hospital, and this comprises of general medical ward beds, surgical ward beds, maternity beds, also ICU beds. We have a 4-bed capacity ICU, and we also have 6 beds in the casualty. Sometimes we put our patients in casualty, especially the ones who are waiting to get taken to the ward. Sometimes they have to wait in casualty for some minutes. And then about our workforce, we have 450 staffs, and this comprises of nurses, doctors, the finance people, the tutors for the college, and even the support staffs. Basically, that is the composition of our staffing. And then just to note, part of the staffing we have consultants. We have consultants in surgery, 2 general surgeons, 1 orthopedic surgeon, and then in medicine we have 2 internal physicians. We also have 4 family physicians, and then in the maternity we have a gynecologist, and then also we have 2 general practitioners, 2 medical doctors, and then a group of specialized nurses. Our ICU is staffed with specialized ICU nurses. Our oncology unit is also staffed with an oncology nurse, and then of course our dialysis unit is also staffed with specialized nurses who have done a specialization in renal nursing.
Now, from the 2 numbers that you've mentioned, would you say you are there, or you would wish to be there?
Come again, please.
In terms of the 2 numbers, that is the bed capacity and the workforce, would you say they are enough? Do they are the services offered as you would wish, or?
I would say as of now, the bed capacity is okay. Quite a number of times you find that our bed occupancy, it usually ranges between 50 and 70%. So you can see we have our 30% that is unutilized. So if it is in terms of bed capacity, we are well on that. when it comes to staffing, I would also say that our hospital is fairly staffed. Of course, there's no time as an institution you reach and you say that you're adequately staffed. But as of now, we are able to provide the services, and I would say our staffs, they have a reasonable workload. They are not overburdened to a point which can compromise care. So in terms of staffing, I would say we are fairly well staffed.
And did the bed capacity increase probably during the COVID-19 era? Or?
Yes, that we had, once COVID-19 was declared, we had a surge in the number of infections, and unfortunately some of the patients were requiring to be admitted. They had to be in the hospital so that they can be managed for some time before we let them go home. So what we did was that we dedicated our ward, we dedicated our pediatrics ward for the purposes of managing COVID patients. The pediatric patients were taken in another smaller place whereby they could be able to be managed. And then that pediatric block was used for the purpose of taking care of the COVID patients. And then for those patients who are requiring ICU care, we had to move some ventilators from the ICU so that all the COVID patients could be managed as a group. And of course, we also wanted to prevent cross-infection between patients. So it was really prudent that these patients had to be managed in one unit. So I wouldn't say that we created a whole new ward specifically for the purpose of COVID, but we just did some local reorganization, and then we had our COVID ward. And I would like to report that we managed hundreds of patients. It's one of the things that Chogoria Hospital really takes pride in. As a hospital, we contributed towards managing of the COVID patients. And it was not through government support or support from any other place. It was purely an in-house thing. And will be remembered that we contributed towards managing those patients who are affected by the pandemic. And definitely we also saved many lives, especially those who required ICU care. Patients would move from hospital to hospital seeking ICU admissions, but unfortunately they would not be able to find it in most government hospitals and also the neighboring hospitals. And Chogoria was sort of like, it came in very handy to assist those patients.
All right, well responded, Jimson. And Jamhuri, you can respond to the same. What are the numbers of your workforce as well as the hospital bed capacity?
Okay, thank you, Aida. We have a workforce of about 430 staff on payroll. In addition to that, we have 28 consultants, and they are made up of we have 11 in the eye unit, we have 8 in rehabilitation, orthopedic, and in the general, we have OBGYN, we have physicians, 2 of them, we have radiologists, 2 of them, we have a neurosurgeon, we have pediatric, we've partnered with Karen. We normally have a clinic every Thursday for cardio ailments. And in terms of bed capacity, now to borrow a leaf from Jimmy, if I add the outpatient or the accident and emergency beds, we have about 272 bed capacity. And this is made up of about 37 in orthopedic, another 37 in eye unit, more than 30 in general unit for men, that is male ward. In the general unit, female ward, another more than 30. Then about 20 in maternity. We opened our new pediatric ward the other day. It has a bed capacity of 18. 18 bed capacity. In addition to that, we have a private wing with 12 rooms, which are currently under renovation. Once we are done, it will be state of the art. We want to, Mission Hospital, mostly we target the low privileged clients, but we are thinking of also tapping the privileged ones, because the same surgeons or consultants who come to PCA Kikuyu Hospital, you'll find them in Aga Khan, because they are not residents, just consultants. You'll find them in Aga Khan, Nairobi Hospital, all over. So why not come to Kikuyu Hospital where it is cheaper, although it's private. Definitely will not be like the other private hospitals. It will be very affordable, but with the same private amenities. Yeah. So in terms of gender balance, we are not doing very good. 25% of our workforce are 25 actually are men. 75 are women. And mainly it's because nursing forms more than a third of our workforce, and majority of them are ladies. So, but we are happy the way it is. And in addition to that, I just want to mention that we have our administrative team within that staff made up of 13 senior managers. That is HR, finance, the CEO, the CMO, matron, the principal of nursing school, or internal audit, the chaplain. We have a very vibrant chaplaincy department. And the other day we introduced the spiritual ministry integration with medical services, where we've trained staff and we continue training them about how do you serve clients different from a private hospital, non-mission hospital. People, when they come, right from the gate, they must feel some different experience from if they went to another hospital. So just like our tagline reads, the love of Jesus Christ through healing. So that love of Jesus Christ must be seen in us. I always say, I don't know, I'm sure you've gone to a monastery or a convent. That ambience when you enter is quiet. There is peace. Imagine you come to a mission hospital, that's how you should feel. That, wow, I can feel the presence of God in this hospital. So that's what we are trying to do. We are not yet there. It's a work in progress. But we've managed to have the first session with all the staff, just the basics, right from the gate all the way to the wards. Yeah, just to ensure that we can be differentiated. We have some niche that we can say, this is what you identify PCA Kikuyu Hospital with. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Just to add something little that I forgot to mention about the staffing of our hospital, we also have a very vibrant chaplaincy department, just like in Kikuyu. We have a fully ordained church minister, and then is supported by 5 assistant chaplains. We always endeavor not just to heal the body, but also we also take care of the souls and the spiritual care. And this is what we refer to as holistic care. You see, WHO defines health not just in terms of the physical infirmities, but sometimes you could even have problems in our spiritual life, and also our mind might have mental problems. And our hospital, we've really endeavored to integrate chaplaincy services in our delivery of our healthcare services, and also to the staffs and the students. So I would just like to echo what my colleague has said. spiritual health care services is a key thing, and it's something that can be borrowed from the mission hospitals, whereby you do not just try to heal the body, also try to address the needs of the soul. And man is not a physical being, man is also a spiritual being, and they also have spiritual needs. So we make sure that we also take care of that. And even though I'm saying that we have a chaplaincy department, which usually follows a Christian perspective, we are still open to even other religions. That notwithstanding, we do not discriminate against other religions, and also we do not impose our beliefs. We do not force our beliefs onto those people who do not subscribe to such beliefs. We respect our patients, but as we even provide healthcare, we endeavor to do it in love, just as we learn from Jesus Christ, whereby he showed compassion. We also endeavor to give our healthcare in compassion. And even if somebody does not subscribe to Christianity, definitely all human beings, they value compassion, regardless of their religion. So it's something that can be borrowed by other healthcare providers, and we recognize that human needs are broad. They are not just physical, they are much broader than that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jimson, for that. And I'm being informed that Hudson is here with us, so we'll take a very short break, then we will try as much as possible to incorporate Hudson Kenywa, that is from PCEA Tumu Hospital. So we take a very short break. We'll be right back in a few.
Ilivyo kawaida ya siku ya Jumanne ni siku ya biashara. Mimi wako Vincent Kirosi, mpishi mpakuzi. Nitakuwa na biashara nawe tangu macheo hadi machweo. Tutapiga kazi, tujenge mali, na siwajua tena mdau kimchango kuchangizana bana.
Since family means no one is left out, join me, Faith Kaulu, on Family Saturday, where everyone will have something. Remember, family is not only important, it's everything. So let's do this together.
Creating awareness and informing you is our duty.
Law is order, and good law is good order.
And just because you are not sick, it doesn't mean you're healthy.
Kama mchwa, bidii yako, mali yako.
A happier family is but an earlier heaven.
I support Kirk TV. Tujenge Kirk TV.
Mimi naitwa Lingo Westside, mtaa yangu ni Nairobi West. Na story about peace inaweza banja ni like sisi kama mayouth, sisi ndo tuko kwa grao, unacheki. Na hawa tuseme ama bigi hawa, unachiki venye wana operate kwa hizi streets, hadi wewe unaweza cheki. Yesu anasema ati yes tuwavotie, ati watajenga kitu. Hiyo kitu hata tujaicheki. Tunaweza tuliza maarifa wa midemi mtih. Tuioni anakuzu, unacheki. So sisi kama mayouth, naweza sema like maybe tulete youth wetu, mse wetu yani, mwenye tunajua like amegrow kwa him from these streets yani, yenye tunamjua. Tusichague tu mtu tu atijua na kupatia tido, atuchague mse, unacheki. Like jaribu like kuchagua mse mwenye unajua hata akiingia kwa hiyo kick, atakuokolea. Sawa. Sisi kama youth we hauna job, sawa. Mse akuoffer 200 shillings, uende kwa rally yake, si utaenda ama utaacha hiyo ruabe. Lakini sisi kama youth tunaweza advise my youth, yes hizo madozi kuleni, sawa, lakini msigeuziane wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Yeah.
Rafiki wa karibu na uwe partner. Ukisema ya kwamba utakuwa ukiwapatia 100 shillings, hata hiyo ni kubwa sana kwao. Ukisema ni 200, ukisema ni 1000, ukisema utaweza 5000, ni wewe tu utaamua. Lakini ikiwa consistent, tuseme ya kwamba ni mwezi, nikisema ya kwamba nitakuwa nikiwapatia mwezi kiasi hiki, ni kuendelea tu na kuwapatia na kuwashikilia. Kushikilia hiyo ni kama tunaenda mission. Sisi tunaenda mission.
To partner with us, send your financial support to paybill number 4019613, account partner. Paybill number 4019613, account partner.
Majina naitwa Eileen Velesi Moses, mimi ni mkazi wa hapa Nairobi West. Kumekuwa hizo maezi za kitambo, kumekuwa na shinda ya election, post election, kumekuwa na vita. Watu kama sisi hao wa biashara kama hii, kukikuwa na hizo nini opposition, hiyo time ya opposition, watu wanaweza pita hapa, wanapita wanaweza kutuibia nguo kama hizi zinabebwa. Ukikompea hizo time na saa hii, after kulikuwa na handshake, at least there is a little peace, kuna peace kidogo. Okay, kwa youth sana huwa wanatumika sana. Kama saa hii, kwanza saa hii kuna election inakuja. Watu wa siasa wanakuja hapa, ile kitu wanafanya, wananunulia hao watu wa youth hapa, wananunulia pombe. Wakiwanunulia pombe, hivyo wanataka watumie vibaya, cause ile kitu hawawezi wafanyia kitu ya maana, but ile kitu wanawafanyia, wanawanunulia pombe. Pombe sio kitu inaweza saidia youth. So naweza ambia youth wasitumike saa hii, na wakinunuliwa pombe wasikunywe pombe. Wasitumike kuleta zile violence ama vita, wakae tu wakuwe focused.
Kirk TV is very promising, and judging from what is happening with other media houses, I would just say that our hope is that Kirk TV will continue to thrive, and even to outdo many other stations It will continue to mission. And we also look at a point where Kirk TV will be the station of choice, not just for Presbyterians, as we say, but for all Christians across the board. We are looking at a situation where Kirk TV, again, as we are doing right now, will be the station where, because we have so many other stations, Christian stations, but you want to be seen as that one station which gives the right doctrine, you know, the right doctrine, and also a station whereby it will be able to bring together all the churches, all Christians together, as opposed to segmentizing, Christians. Yeah. So we look at that point where everything Christian will be
under one roof.
Under one roof, and that is Kirk TV.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Pay bill number 401-9613, account partner.
Welcome back, dear viewer, to the third part of the interview that we're just having on our mission hospitals. Remember, this is Kirk TV's Partnership Week, where we are looking at different matters on health. We started very early in the morning, and we are still preaching the gospel in terms of our health, just to improve our health as well as work on matters health. And I'm being joined by the admin from PCEA Tumutumu Hospital, that is Mr. Hudson Kenywa. Karibu sana. We say it's better late than never, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
I'm on board now.
True. So we'll just try as much as possible to compress what we've covered in the last 1 hour.
Yes.
Just introduce Tumutumu Hospital. Tell us what Tumutumu Hospital does and what are the services that you offer.
Thank you so much. First, I want to begin by apologizing for coming late.
Don't you worry.
It was not my intention, neither the intention of anyone else from where I've come from. PCEA Tumutumu Hospital is the level 5 faith-based hospital located in Karatina town. Some few kilometers from Karatina Road 5. We're in Madera constituency, Madera West sub-county, Nyeri County, Mount Kenya region. The hospital started in 1909, and we have been growing in leaps and bounds. We have come this far. We want to thank the faithfulness of God who has enabled us to come this far. Tumutumu Hospital, you have asked me about the services we are offering. I've said, being a level 5 hospital, of course, most of the basic services which are associated or which are required to be offered in a hospital of that category are there. We do maternity services. We have we have a general surgeon services. We have orthopedic. We have dental. We have eye. Now we have been accredited. Actually, it's a new service. Both eye and dental. They're relatively new services which have just been accredited. In the new control cycle by NHIF. We also now have a CT scan after a long time. Now it is there. We have a state-of-the-art ICU, which is now in place. In fact, we'll be doing our second anniversary sometimes in November this year. We have renal services. We also, maybe my colleagues have mentioned now, we are coming up with a state-of-the-art dialysis unit. Actually, we have similar partners we have similar partnership with my Koreans, Chogoria, and Kikuyu. That one will be a center of excellence. This will be actually a regional center of excellence. And I want to believe that once it is up and running, sometimes maybe around November or thereabouts, it will be preferred by most of the people from that region. We also have a medical school, which is doing extremely very well. We are now doing diploma in nursing. We will be starting a higher national diploma in critical care medicine in March next year by the grace of God. We also have perioperative technicians and technology, which are there. We have nutrition, both certificate technician level and the technology level. So they are there. They are there. So I would say that we are doing so much. We also have a full-time family physician. All right. We also have now we have sponsored one of the doctors to train to have a specialization in pediatric. So I believe she will be finishing sometime next year. So I would say that we have really positioned ourselves really as a level 5 hospital, and I believe and I know that we are fitting that definition of what a level 5 hospital is.
Okay,
Yes.
for the new services that you've mentioned, you mentioned the ICU and the dialysis or the renal unit. What will be the bed capacity, or what is the bed capacity?
The ICU, currently we have 3 ICU beds, 3 HDU, but we are converting them to 6. Because again, as even we embark in training the higher national diploma in critical care nursing, we are required to have a minimum of 6, actually 9. But because we have a MOU with sub-regional hospitals, we have been allowed to have 6 beds. So we are converting the 3 HDU beds to ICU. So now then we make, then we will convert the current renal to ICU, HDU. So by the time it is complete, up and running, we'll be having a combination of around 9 beds from both ICU and HDU. Then the dialysis unit will start with 12 beds with the provision for expanding up to 15. Yes. Then that is for ICU and renal, isn't it? Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, Jamhuri, just to chip in terms of the new services that PCA Kikuyu Hospital is offering, very briefly, and Jimson will also share the same.
Thank you, Ida. Yeah, we started MRI services from last year, November. And we also have CT scan. It's not very new, but it's been there. We have 4D ultrasound. We have a digital X-ray, both at the general unit and at the orthopedic unit. And I also want to mention that we have a very vibrant dental unit, fully fledged, 18 chairs capacity. And we deal with all manner of dental ailments. Be it alignment of crooked teeth, be it whitening and brightening of teeth, be it maxillofacial surgery. We have 2 maxillofacial surgeons. We have 3 dentists and other support staff. Yes.
Okay, Jameson?
Okay, thank you, Ida. So the most recent services in PCA Chogoria Hospital is that we've revamped our imaging services. And the newly introduced imaging services include MRI, that is the magnetic resonance imaging, and also CT scan. So for our viewers who come from that region of the country, I would urge you to visit our hospital, and you'll be able to access those services. And these services, they can be able to, the cost of these services can be able to be met with the NHIF cover, and also for those patients who do not have NHIF cover, also we accept cash paying patients also.
All right. So, Bwana Hudson, what is PCA Tumutumu Hospital best known for in terms of the services they offer?
We are actually very good, I'd say, in general healthcare. General. We have a niche on that. And because I mentioned that we have, we have so many MOs who are taking care of that. And then the department is headed by a family physician. We also very good in general surgeries. We have actually a veteran surgeon who has been there for all the time. So anyone with any issue in the region and would like maybe to be attended by a surgeon who is very specialized, very knowledgeable, we have one at home. We also want to have a niche on child, let me call it the pediatric, because I think that now we have someone whom we have sponsored for training. Another area where I would like the members of the public really to know and appreciate things. There is a misconception which has been there for mission hospitals. That maybe this is a hospital for the poor, all right? Those who cannot afford. Therefore, maybe people may have a notion that you may not get all-round care which you need. I've seen we have a general surgeon, we have a family physician, we have obstetrician, we have orthopedic surgeon, we have other consultants who are not residents, maxillofacial. We have all this manner of consultants. So when I'm on this public TV, I would like to pass a message. Those people come from my region, and in fact elsewhere, that they should come and sample the services which we have. Because the services which we have, we do spice it with a Christian value. You come there, you need a service. That service, you don't get something additional. Other than the normal treatment, if you are coming to get a child, you get something extra other than that, all right? So that's how we have packaged our services. So I would say that we are known for general health care. If anyone has any needs, come, and our consultants, our medical officers, our registered clinical officers, they will be there to offer these services.
All right.
They are there. Something else, we have a baby who is coming in town. We are now putting up an ultramodern outpatient complex, which now will dedicate a wing for the corporate clients. And this is the message I want them to hear, that sometimes I know in the past our OPD has been so crowded, and sometimes people feel that they don't want to come there, maybe at the queue, maybe there are so many people ahead of you. So now immediately the complex is complete, we are going to dedicate a wing for those people who are seeking corporate services. So the teachers who are there, the police officers who are there, the bankers who are there, officers from county government of Nyeri, Murang'a, Kirinyaga, even like Kipia, all these, let them come and seek our services, because the service will be express. And we are not saying that we do this to the disadvantage of others. No, that's not the intention. We will make sure that now there is easy flow of traffic. All right, no one will really be disadvantaged. And just as my colleague from Chokore has said, when someone has an HIV card, I'm saying that the services are free. You get a service even costing 350,000 for free, as long as you have an up-to-date NHIF card. And it is good again when in this media we encourage members of the public who are hearing us that it is good people to invest the 500 shillings per month to invest for their health. Let them register for NHIF, let them ensure that they pay every month, because we have seen so many people get inconvenienced when they do not have cards, and maybe there's an accident, there's a sickness. We encourage them to ensure that they activate their accounts and that they register with the NHIF. Yes.
All right. Now we only have 2 minutes, and I'll give Bwana Jamhuri and Mr. Jameson 30 seconds as a parting shot of why should I come to Chogoria Hospital, why should I come to Kikuyu, and why should I come to Tumutumu. Mr. Jamhuri, twende kazi.
Thank you, Ada. PCA Kikuyu Hospital is a place to come for your treatment. And it is because we offer holistic, quality, affordable healthcare services, spiced with the spiritual angle. We've trained our staff to ensure that as you visit our facility, it's not just the treatment per se, but you get that holistic experience. Like Jimmy mentioned, that a human beings is not just the physical, there's a spiritual, there's the social. So when you come to us, you get all these packaged together. So Kikuyu Hospital is the place to be.
Cool.
Thank you.
Jameson.
Okay. I would like to tell our viewers from Mount Kenya East that Chogoria is a place that will be able to take care of your healthcare services. And I want to demystify the myth that exists that PCA Chogoria Hospital does not have consultants. We have consultants in all departments, and you can be sure that your healthcare will be taken care of in a comprehensive manner. And the other thing that I would like to inform people is that our services are affordable, and in the spirit of universal health coverage, we see to it that our services are affordable, and those all the patients that have NHIF cover, they're able to access most of the services. So PCA Chogoria Hospital offers services that are of high quality, and I would encourage people to seek those services. This hospital does not exist for the purpose of the staffs, but this hospital exists for the purpose of serving the general public. Karibuni nyote Chogoria.
Asante.
I would say this. We are trying to make PCA Tumutumu Hospital almost a one-stop shop. That's where you come for when in Tumutumu. You get all the services. That's a plus for us. So because now we may get one service and then you're going to go and 6 services elsewhere, maybe for an additional service. So we want to make sure that all the services are there. Number 2, why people should come to PCA Tumutumu Hospital is we have adopted an open door policy. If you feel you have not been served well from the gate, right, in the whole chain of treatment, the office of the CMO, the office of the administrator, the office of the chief nursing officer is open. These offices they are open. Again, why I would really encourage members of the public to come for service at PCA Tumutumu Hospital. We are also listening, we are also caring. Like this Saturday, we are having free medical screening camp for those with diabetes, issues of dental, eye checkup, the non-communicable diseases. We want to screen them for free. All right. So I want to take this platform to inform the members of the public that if you know anyone with an issue and want to be screened for free this Saturday from 8 a.m., come to PCA Tumutumu Hospital. Yes.
I'm so sorry. And for us to, maybe we have so much to tell.
Yes.
And I'll give, that is Dr. James
Karibi.
Yes, I'll give him more time to explain over what exactly happens at PCA Tumutumu Hospital in the next session that we will be having.
Yes.
And I'm sure on all social media pages, you'll be found at PCA Tumutumu Hospital, PCA Kikuyu Hospital, and PCA Chogoria Hospital.
And before conclude, donate a minute, 30 seconds to me. And from the college, now there is huge need for investors to come and put up hostels, because now the capacity we have, we are not able to accommodate them. Because I know investors from that region and nationally they are listening. Let them come and put hostels for the college because the market is just ready for them. Yes.
Now that's a marketer. Thank you. Well, gentlemen, we leave it at that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing those great and greater insights with our audience who are your clients as well. Yes. Dear viewer, thank you so much for tuning into Kirk TV, and thank you for keeping me company from morning until now on this Health Monday. We have one more session to have, that is the Health Dialogue, where we will be talking, or I'll be talking to different experts from the same institutions, that is PCA Kikuyu Hospital, PCA Tumutumu Hospital, and PCEA Chogoria Hospital. In a bit, we will be right back. My name is Aida Muzati, and your health matters.